Hey, I'm literally just like walking by on my way to get lunch, and I saw this thing set up, and I see that ICE did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think that? You truly think that?
What is your point of contention with ICE?
I'm not like the most insanely informed guy or anything like that, but I just see on the news every day they're just like terrorizing the citizens of Minneapolis. They're kidnapping literal children, putting them in like essentially concentration camps. They shot two people. You know, they called that one woman a fucking bitch on camera when she did nothing wrong. They seem like a bunch of murderous thugs who dropped out of the military or the police academy.
Yeah, so that's called enforcing immigration law. We voted for that. That's why Trump won an overwhelming majority. He campaigned on going hard on immigration and mass deportations and actually enforcing the Immigration Nationality Act. And that's what we're getting right now. I know a lot of people get mad about it, but that's what immigration enforcement looks like.
That's Nazi shit, man.
I don't think were the Nazis deporting Mexicans? I'm not sure. From Germany?
They're deporting anybody who was an enemy of their ideology.
Well, it's not even an ideology. They're here illegally. We have laws.
I feel safer with immigrants who are here illegally than ICE, man. Like, I don't know. I trust them more.
Well, that's precisely why we're going down the fucking tubes. If you prefer illegal immigrants being here over ICE officers and or agents, we got bigger problems.
Those untrained, like, they're cruel. I just don't believe they're doing it because they enjoy just picking on people. They don't seem like they care about, like, keeping people safe. They just enjoy the cruelty and, like, reveling in it. That guy called that woman a fucking bitch on camera.
Well, you got to understand that a lot of these agitators up in Minneapolis are leftist retards that want to start problems, want to heckle them, want to impede them as they're doing their jobs, which is a felony, by the way.
The woman who was dropping off her kid to school and then which happened to be there when they were there, and then they fucking shot her 3 times in the head as she was pulling away.
You're talking about Renee Good?
You know her name, yeah.
Yeah. So what about that?
They shot her 3 times in the head as she was leaving.
She tried to run over an ICE officer.
That's fucking not true. I can't believe you're sitting here
did you
in front of all these people and saying that.
I think we all saw the footage. She tried to run him over. By your own admission, you even said you didn't know what was going on too much in the news or whatever. If you want to go down this road, we can, but he's absolutely justified in that shoot.
I have seen the video.
You saw the video?
I seen the video.
Good. Did you see him get hit?
Even the most professional officer, he called her a fucking bitch.
What does that have to do with anything?
She was a woman, and then she didn't obey him as fast enough as he liked. She tried to leave. She was not agitating, and then he shot her 3 times in the head. Okay,
how about this? Take me through the facts of why you think they were wrong on that day. What do you know about the incident? And then
What I know is that they were there doing their thing. She was literally on her way home, dropping her kids off from school. It happened to be there. She said to the guy, like, "I'm not mad at you, dude." Trying to leave, and then they shot her. Okay. As she was leaving. Her car was angled away from that guy trying to leave, and he shot her in the head, not once, but 3 times.
Okay, so
and she wasn't an immigrant.
See, and this is the problem with a lot of people that debate me on this topic with progressives. You guys like to omit extremely pertinent details that led to the shooting. So let's go through this. They were there doing an immigration enforcement operation, all right? Lawfully there, doing their duty. She blocks them and impedes them from doing that. That's a crime, 18 U.S.C. 111, impeding or assaulting a federal officer during the course of their duties. They told her to move, and she would not move. They gave her lawful commands to get out of the car because they're probably more than likely going to detain and or arrest her. She decides, I'm going to go ahead and just drive away as one of the ICE officers is recording the incident and strikes him in the process. A vehicle is a deadly weapon. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter even what I think. What matters is what happened and what did the officer believe at the time that the use of force was done. There's a bunch of case law on this with Tennessee versus Garner, Graham versus Connor, Tennessee versus Garner, and then Graham versus Connor. And basically, use of force in America is not based on 2020 hindsight. It's based on what were the facts known to the officer at the time they used the lethal force. If someone's coming at you with a car, you are absolutely justified to stop the threat and defend yourself. And that's what ended up happening. She got shot because she did not obey lawful orders while she's in the process of committing a felony. I don't care what you feel about it or what you think. Those are the facts. And he is justified in that shooting.
No.
Why is he not justified in it? Go ahead.
Why?
And there you go. They don't argue facts. This is what progressives do. You're wrong.
You
Why?
always want to bring up facts. It's just inhumane, man. It's just inhumane.
Okay, if you want to make a moral argument, that's fine. But
That's what
But facts don't care about your feelings. He's justified in the shooting. There's a reason why he didn't
People
get
are
indicted.
so cold. You don't care about feelings or like just decent everyday humanity. It's always about the facts.
How about you don't commit crimes? How about you
She
obey
wasn't
law
committing a
enforcement?
crime.
She was committing a
She
crime.
happened to be there. And she probably had a good feeling they were going to fucking
No,
kill
it's
her.
not that she
And
just
then they
happened
killed
to be
her.
there. She was purposely putting her car in a position to obstruct them from doing their duties. Like
That's not
many
a fact.
agitators in Minneapolis.
That's not a fact. You
That is a
say you
fact.
want
Did you not
facts.
see where the car was?
It's not a fact.
It was
man.
on the road, blocking them.
People always say that. It's not a fact.
Incredible. First it was, I don't know what's going on. I don't know too much. Then I tell you what's going on. Oh, well, that's not true. That's what happened.
I saw that video.
Yeah, did you see him getting hit?
He did not get it.
Okay, dude. All right, now the sky's green as well. Who's up next?
Thank you.
What do you think about, unfortunately, clavicular getting frame mogged by an ASU frat leader? I mean, I was devastated. I was in my room crying for hours. I mean, like, my glorious king clavicular was just mogged, and I just don't know how I'm going to get over it.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't know. I'll do a stream with him and we'll go to the gym. There we go.
All right, thank you.
We'll
Thank
build
you,
it back
Myron.
up.
Thank
Shout
you,
out to
Myron.
Clavicular. All right, man. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, I think ICE right now is basically a terror organization. Everything they're
Okay.
doing is perpetuating violence, and that's proof from the top down, from the admin. You see Trump, Kristi Noem, and like Tom Holman calling these people domestic terrorists as a result of just like trying to flee the scene or just basic defense of a woman. These people clearly aren't domestic terrorists, and they're using that as authority to expand their executive powers. You see the same thing with them breaking into homes without a warrant. Without a judge's warrant, them doing it by themselves with the only executive. Like, this is shit you will see in Germany, right? So,
Okay, so you think that they're a terrorist organization?
yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I mean, I can't tell you how to think, but what I can tell you is that I think Antifa is a way bigger threat than ICE or law enforcement. You literally have these crazy liberals on, cameras talking about we're going to go ahead and kill ICE agents and law enforcement and we're going to do X, Y, Z. We're going to take our country back with guns and all this other stuff. I would argue they're the real terrorist organization, and it took Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck to finally designate them as one. Rest in peace to him. So, I think you just got some guys enforcing the Immigration Nationality Act, which hasn't been done in a very long time, and that's why people are losing their minds.
Okay. I noticed you didn't disagree with anything I said. The difference between Antifa and ICE right now is that ICE is state sanctioned. So we have the president and the whole entire Republican Party pushing this organization forward. You don't see any Democratic lawmaker or congressman going ahead and supporting Antifa. So that's a completely ridiculous comparison. And yeah, actually, I'll let you.
Because they're the real, I use that comparison because they're the real terrorist organization, not ICE. See, here's
So
the
do
thing.
you understand there's a problem when we have the whole admin approving of the violence done against like our American citizens, done against immigrants? We're sending them to torture prisons, like with the deal with El Salvador. All of that's completely unhumanitarian. That's not part of the INA. We don't have to send them to CCOT. And then we don't have to call American citizens domestic terrorists. These are just things.
Deporting them, number one, is a part of the INA. They're here illegally.
I said to CCOT, to a torture prison.
Yeah. So, well, regardless, we got to get them out of here. So that's, and where they end up after the fact is whatever, but we got to deport them out of here. So here's the thing, right? And your framing of the situation perfectly encapsulates the problem here. We haven't enforced immigration in so long where people are seeing ICE actually do what they're supposed to be doing, and they're losing their minds because we haven't enforced immigration in so long, because it's been a political hot potato for so long. Progressives have always wanted to be away from it. They don't want to go ahead and deal with it. And then Republicans have been cucked by it as well. But Donald Trump is the first president to actually go hard in immigration and do what's called interior immigration enforcement, not just turning people back away at the border. And of course, when you're going to have an immigration enforcement surge in major cities that are blue, that are sanctuary cities, that have been honoring detainers, have been honoring ICE in general, picking people up in their counties, you're going to have problems. I think given the fact that this is like an unprecedented immigration enforcement surge, it's not that bad. And these people that are getting shot, like Renee Good or Alex Pretty, whatever, these are individuals that are agitating and committing crimes during the course of their lawful process, as they claim to be. And you can't be doing that.
I'm noticing you're not responding to a single thing I said, but I will address the fact. I mean, you didn't. I don't know why you're looking so confused. I'm saying Donald Trump right now is calling these people domestic.
Because these are your like subjective opinions that don't fucking matter.
It's not
like,
subjective.
I think that they're terrorists.
Yeah,
like,
Myron.
Nobody
Myron,
cares. Like,
Myron,
that's not what we're here to talk
why
about.
is
I'm not here
Donald
to
Trump
debate you
calling
on
these
your
people
weird
domestic terrorists?
worldview.
Why is Donald Trump calling these people domestic terrorists?
What?
Why is Donald Trump and Kristi Noem calling these people domestic terrorists?
In regards to who specifically?
Alex Preddy, Renee Good.
Well, I wouldn't maybe go as far as calling them domestic terrorists.
But the admin does.
But-
and the Republican Party backs that up completely.
Okay,
You understand
that's
that, right?
fine.
That's
That's
not
fine.
fine because that is
my-
the authority he uses to expand his executive powers. That's the authority he's using
guy.
to send out the National Guard. He's making AI slap videos of arresting governors. He's saying that all these people are treasonous and they need to be hung.
Well, the Pokemon video was kind of funny. You got to admit that one. The Gotta Catch 'Em All one was kind of funny. But look, do I agree with everything that this administration does? No. I am actually extremely critical of Trump and Kristi Noem. I think Kristi Noem is a dumb bimbo. But the reality is maybe calling them domestic terrorists, I don't agree with that. But Alex Preddy, he was doing some dumb shit armed while resisting law enforcement, not intelligent, and he had been in a scuffle with them a couple weeks prior. Renee Good also committing a felony when she was shot. Like, there's got to be some accountability on these individuals where they're impeding officers while using deadly weapons, a vehicle, or being armed.
So once again, I asked you why Donald Trump is calling these people domestic terrorists, not if you agree with it or
How
disagree
about
with it.
you ask Donald Trump why he's calling them domestic
Why
terrorists?
do you
I just
think-
told you that I don't
want
think that
I
they're
want you to
domestic
establish,
terrorists.
What is his state of mind for the people in the Trump admin and the ICE administration to call these people domestic terrorists?
See, this is
You're unable to answer the question. It's obvious.
Syndrome or
No,
whatever.
this isn't Trump derangement system.
Because I just told you that I don't agree with calling them domestic terrorists.
I didn't ask if you agree or not. He's manufacturing a problem to expand his executive powers. That's the problem I have with Donald Trump and ICE in general.
Okay.
Do you disagree with that?
You said expanding the powers?
He's setting a precedent, saying these people are domestic terrorists. He's manufacturing a problem, and he's doing that as the basis to go ahead and do all these large ICE raids, to send out the National Guard, to go ahead and be able to kill civilians and be completely backed up by the administration. Do you disagree with that?
Dude, you're number
Non-answer.
one.
Cool.
Number one, he labeled Antifa as an actual terrorist organization.
Non-answer.
Alex Preddy, Renee Good. These are different situations.
Non-answer.
Okay, next. Just go.
All right, cool.
This guy is like insufferable, man.
Yo, Myron Gaines.
Like, you asked Donald Trump why he calls him a domestic terrorist. I told you already that I don't agree with that, but you just want to keep harping on that. Yes, but Antifa is a domestic terrorist organization. What's up?
How you feel about the ICE office opening downtown Columbia? Do you agree with it or?
An ICE office opening here in downtown Columbia?
Yes, sir.
I'm not familiar with it. I'm not aware of it, but, you know, I guess whatever.
I was just asking, but this is a random question. How do you feel about New York itself, like the drill community?
What?
Like the rappers, the drill community, drill rappers.
Problematic. It's bad music. I used to listen to it myself a little bit. Then I realized, like, damn, this is some degenerate niggatry.
Facts. I should say you got to tap into EBK Cool Up. He a good rapper. You got to tap into him.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, look, I don't think music that glorifies killing others, you know, and it's like real lyrics too. It's not like bullshit from 20 years ago, like, you know, Jay-Z and Nas like beefing. It's like they're legitimately talking about real murders, and these lyrics are being used, you know, in court. So it's just a bad look.
Right. Hey, only thing I gotta say is we smoking on Wu Lottie, Naughty, J Rip. That's
Hey, look around, bro. None of these niggas know who you talk about, bro. Come on,
Drill
man.
rappers. We smoking on.
Bro, this nigga, yo, bro came out to diss the ops with a bunch of white people around. What's up?
Hey, Myron Gaines. Low-key, I'm like a really big fan of yours. And I just want to ask, dude, when Nick Fuentes fucked you in the ass, did he allow you to come?
Of course, this guy would come up and say something like that. Do you have a real, like, point of contention or something? Or?
There's really like no point in actually debating you because you just say nuh-uh and like rage bait people. You're a completely unserious individual. You're like 80, dude, and you come to college campuses and insult women like a tenth of your age, dude. Like, come on, really. What are your children going to say? Oh, my daddy is an architect. Oh, my daddy is an electrician. And then your children are going to be like, my daddy harasses women for a living.
I'm getting insulted by a part-time Hot Topic employee. This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Anything else?
Nah, that was it. I'm not here to actually debate you.
Fair enough.
Love you, Myron. Pookie, I'll remember you.
Progressives are insane, dude.
Hey, Myron, I was
Yo.
wondering what you think of the Alex Preddy shooting.
Well, I mean, look, it's never good when someone loses their life, but I think people need to be a bit more responsible, understand that, like, you know, getting into situations with law enforcement and putting yourself in bad scenarios can lead to really can lead to violence.
Yeah, putting yourself in a scenario like that could put you in more violence, but don't you think that the cop should have been more responsible before executing someone when it's your Second Amendment right to concealed carry?
Yeah, you can absolutely conceal carry, but you can't conceal carry while committing a felony.
Yeah, that. Do you think a court would find that as a felony?
Yeah, he literally he assaulted.
If someone puts their hand on someone's like shoulder to ask them a question, it's like assault.
Well,
Because in the context of that situation, I don't even know that a court would, if it's a jury trial, would find that was assault.
well, actually, he was, because what was happening was the Border Patrol agent
He was
dealing
what? He was what?
with. Can I finish what I was going to say?
That wasn't a response. He was what? Are you saying
Well, I was
he was
gonna
doing
finish, but you just
something, or-
interrupted.
Huh?
Okay, so basically, a Border Patrol agent was dealing with a woman. He pushed her. Then Alex Preddy interjected himself in the middle of that confrontation, put his hand on the Border Patrol agent. The Border Patrol agent grabbed him, tried to pepper spray him. He resisted, and that's when the
When did he
escalation
resist
began.
after he was pepper sprayed? He was already like on the ground. He got knocked down, and then past that point,
No, he
was
pepper
still
sprayed him
hitting
first.
Yeah, he pepper
tried to
sprayed
pepper
him
spray him
first.
first.
Then he go to the ground,
Yep.
right? And then he's still getting hit by a gas canister.
Because he was resisting.
No, he wasn't. All four limbs
he wasn't
were on
resisting?
the ground. Moving around because you're getting hit isn't resisting.
He was resisting.
Is it resisting if I twitch when someone smacks me?
No, you're resisting when they try to grab your hand and you're fighting away from it, and they got to throw you to the ground to get
If
you
you
restrained.
don't know what's happening and there's people in all directions and they're giving unclear instructions?
He saw exactly what was happening because
How?
he was, the one.
pepper sprayed by your own admission just
Okay,
now. You just
hey,
said that.
Hey,
right?
you do realize that Alex Preddy came to the Border Patrol agent while he was dealing with the woman, so he knew who he was. He was obviously clearly marked
Are we
with a
talking
vest
pre
on.
or post? Pre or
What?
post pepper spray? Because I'm talking about when he got hit on the ground with the
Pre
canister.
pepper spray,
And you're
'cause-
saying he was resisting then when he was on the ground after he got pepper sprayed.
Okay,
right?
let's go by this play-by-play. Border Patrol agents are there doing an immigration enforcement operation in Minneapolis. The Border Patrol agent is dealing with a female agitator, someone, we don't know the exact facts there, but she was there impeding. As he's dealing with her, Alex Preddy comes up from his left, puts his hand on the Border Patrol agent now, and the woman's on the floor because he pushed her. Now that another person comes to him from his left, law enforcement is trained to, who is this guy? He's got to get this guy under some type of control. So he grabs him by the hand and tries to pepper spray him. When he pepper sprays him, that's when Alex Preddy starts resisting. And then other Border Patrol agents
You're
come
saying
into the fray.
resisting. How did he resist? Like pushing him? What's he doing?
He was trying to grab his hand and
So
probably,
he's
I'm
grabbing
assuming
onto a hand while after he's been pepper sprayed? Or
the Border Patrol agent tried to grab his wrist
and he pulls away?
to detain him or get him on the floor, and he was resisting. Yes.
After he's on the ground, he's already been pepper sprayed, though. That's why
He
I
was
said
still resisting.
pepper spray.
He was
That's
still
why
resisting.
I asked you before.
No, he was still resisting.
He's resisting by moving on the ground on all fours like this.
Yes, and trying to get back up. Yes.
When was he trying to get back up? We just see him scuffling around while four people are on top of him, and they're all giving imprecise instructions.
Yeah. See, like
Also,
the problem
yeah.
is that like you just don't want to deal with the objective facts that he closed the distance on
Also,
the Border
does
Patrol agent.
resisting mean you
if
can
you
just
close
execute?
the distance on the Border Patrol agent when they're lawfully dealing with another person, they're
Yeah.
going to probably grab you and try to detain you and put you
At
on the
what
floor because
point-
it's
okay.
officer safety. Then they found out that he had a gun on this person. Okay, and that's when he got shot.
Why does him having a gun on his person means it's okay for him to get shot?
It's not about it being okay to get shot. It's about he committed a crime while armed and impeding law enforcement officers
Okay,
from
and
their
was
duties.
it necessary for the officer to
The
shoot
conversation
him
that-
to
do you
stop
understand?
him committing a crime?
That ends it right there, dude. He resisted.
He committed a
law
crime, so that
enforcement-
means you get to shoot him. If someone resists,
he committed
you
a
get to
crime
shoot
while he
him.
was armed.
It doesn't matter if you're just armed. He's not brandishing or a threat to the officer. If you have a gun on your person and you're caught shoplifting, the cops don't shoot you in Walmart. They try and detain and arrest you.
So here's the beauty, right? This is why there's case law on this topic. So progressive morons like you don't fuck things up for everybody else.
I'm not a progressive.
You are a
retard.
progressive moron. Because here's the thing. When it comes to law enforcement being involved in shootings, and I was describing this earlier with the other guy, 2020 hindsight, okay, is not applicable. What's applicable is what was known to the law enforcement officer at the time the use of force was conducted. And at the time, they heard gun, gun, gun. He was armed, and a shot went off. Now, we know that this shot went off when they took the gun off his person because the 6 hour that he had was, notorious for going off when it's not supposed to. But what matters is, what did the Border Patrol agents think that shot him at the time? Was it reasonable? And in many jurisdictions, that's going to be looked at as reasonable. It's a lawful shoot, man. Now, you could talk about the morality and say this is fucked up and this is so evil, etc. But the reality is, he was impeding law enforcement. He committed a felony. He assaulted them at the time that happened, and he was armed. And he was doing this for weeks prior.
We don't even know if he would find that that's assault in any sense. Even if it was, you're just
It
saying
is.
you're
You
just
cannot
saying
put your hands
he
on a
saw
Border Patrol
that
agent.
there was a gun.
It's
or heard there was
100%
a
assault.
gun
You cannot put your hands on a federal law enforcement officer when they're in the middle of an enforcement operation. He was dealing with another suspect, and he put his hands on him. That's
If
assault
you're
all
going
day.
just
You
by
lose on
like
that.
straight letter of the law, though, anytime you like even touch someone, it could be considered a battery, right?
Don't touch federal agents when they're doing their jobs.
I said anyone, not federal agent.
Well,
right?
that's very important because that's pertinent to the facts. With the
Okay, but I'm asking
fact
you
pattern here.
generally, as a matter of law, it would be battery if I just touch any person, like if I tap you on the shoulder, right? If you want
Every
to take it that
state is
literally,
different,
right?
but we're not here to discuss that. I'm here to tell you, you cannot touch it.
So you can't discuss the law that we're here to talk about now.
We're talking about a specific instance about Alex
Yeah,
Preddy
and I'm talking
and Border
about
Patrol
the law
agents. You're moving the
pertaining to
goalpost.
this instance regarding
You're moving the
assault
goalpost.
or battery.
You're moving the goalpost. We're talking about
No,
federal
we're talking
agents.
about what we started with, right?
See, yeah, say it next. Yeah, dude. We're talking about Alex Preddy, which means we're going to be talking about federal agents and
Really? I
assaulting
thought
federal
we were
agents.
talking about unicorns. Holy shit, dude.
Incredible. They just let anybody in here, huh? Fuck.
Yeah, it's a public space, not a fascist police state like you want. So
No,
yeah,
I meant as in like USC. Like they got to increase the standards,
I'm
bro.
not a member of USC, you fucking idiot.
You go to school here, right?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
You guys are redeemed a bit then, because this guy is incredibly retarded.
Yeah, you're so retarded. You have to make so many assumptions, and you're wrong about all of them. You can't even talk about. Like,
I cited law. I gave you the fact pattern. I told you why he got shot. I told you exactly what happened, play by play, and you're still sitting here saying, "Well, is this still
gun?" And they
assault?
didn't take the broad totality of circumstances in the situation, right? Because you're saying he heard a gun, therefore it's legal. But any case, they're going to look at the broad totality of circumstances.
Yes.
When 6 people are on the ground, you have a clear view that the gun is in another officer's hand, that he is not.
They didn't know that at the
brandishing
time.
firearm.
The officers that shot
they
didn't
did.
know
He was
that.
looking right
See,
at him.
see, that's
can
why
go
you
to
don't
the
see. That's the
camera and
problem.
You can look at
You
the
didn't even.
exact
The officers
angle,
that shot
and
didn't know
You
that.
can see him looking over the cop's body right there. You can see he doesn't have a gun.
The
He's in clear view the entire
agents
time.
that shot
He's never
did not
obscured.
see. The agents that shot did not see Preddy get disarmed. All they heard was a gunshot.
Yeah, they did. One literally
No, they
took
didn't.
the gun.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. And then the
No,
other
they
one
didn't,
watched
because even
him take
paramedics,
it.
even when paramedics got on the scene and were rendering aid, the agents that shot him said, "Hey, do we got the gun? Do we got the gun?" They still at that point didn't know.
The paramedics didn't know that they had
No.
the gun, even though who didn't know?
The
The
agents that
other
fired,
officers.
the agents that fired, didn't know if he still had the gun on him because when
Yeah, but they shot just because they heard gun, right? They never said he was pointing a gun. He was trying to shoot him. They just said there was a gun so they could shoot him.
No, the agents that shot were not aware that he was disarmed when they shot. They just
Even
heard
if
a
he was
gunshot.
armed, he's not
Okay.
brandishing or using the weapon. What's it matter? You're just saying he has a gun, so that means we get to shoot him. Having a gun isn't illegal.
Holy crap. Okay, let's go through this. But maybe the rest of you guys.
Is
'cause this
having
guy
a
does
gun
not
illegal?
understand
Can a
fact
cop
pattern.
shoot you
Just
for
stop,
shooting a
just
gun?
stop, because you don't even understand the fact pattern. Again, Border Patrol's there doing an enforcement operation, immigration enforcement operation. One of the Border Patrol agents is dealing with a female suspect, pushes her to the floor. As she's hitting the ground, Alex Preddy comes up to the Border Patrol agent, puts his hands on him. That's assault right there and then, right? When he does that, the Border Patrol agent pepper sprays Alex Preddy. Then he tries to take him to the floor. Alex Preddy resists. Other agents jump on, and they get him to the floor. As they're struggling with him, one of the agents, or a couple of the agents, say gun. When they do that, one of the Border Patrol agents was able to disarm Alex Preddy. But the person that disarmed him is not the agent that shot because there were multiple of them and it's rapidly evolving facts at the same time. So what ends up happening is the agent that takes the gun away, the gun accidentally goes off. They think, oh, he has a gun and we heard a gunshot. So what do? They fire. Also, it's important because you don't know this fact either. While Alex Preddy was on the floor, he was shot from his left. The agent that was to his left, all he saw was him doing this because Alex Preddy is right-handed. This is the motion of, is this guy trying to grab for his gun, right? So as he's doing that, he can't see what's going on. That's another reason they fired. Again, it's not 20/20 hindsight. It's about what did the officer know at the time when he pulled the trigger? Was it reasonable? And it is reasonable. That's why they're not indicted, okay? Now, and then on top of that, after Alex Preddy got shot, the agent that shot him didn't know that he was disarmed during all of that debacle. So as paramedics are coming on, they're like, hey, get the gun, get the gun. Do we have it? That's when they found out that he was disarmed from the beginning. So again, it's not 20/20 hindsight. And this is precisely why, for everybody here listening, you should not resist federal agents or police and struggle with them because you could put yourself in a very precarious situation. That's what happened. There's case law that protects this and supports it, like Tennessee versus Garner and Graham versus Connor. You could say what you want. You could make a morality argument. You could cry about it all day. But the reality is that it's a legally justified shooting based on the facts and circumstances known to the Border Patrol agents that pulled the trigger.
Okay, so if an officer just says gun and someone has a gun on their person, that means you could shoot. Did anyone interpret that he's drawing a gun and shooting people? You say they heard a gunshot. I haven't seen one piece of evidence that said a gun misfired.
Yes, the SIG went off when it wasn't supposed to. It was accidental shooting.
How do you
discharge.
know the SIG went off when it wasn't supposed to? Are you like relying on some sort of report? Is it in the video? What do you mean?
Because if law enforcement disarms someone, they're not trying to have the gun fire at the floor.
Okay, but he got shot. We know he was shot multiple times, right? I'm pretty sure he was shot twice. You said we heard 2 gunshots, right?
A couple of gunshots.
Did we? How many?
I don't know, like 2 or 3 agents fired.
So 2 or 3. We know he was shot multiple times, but you're just assuming that a SIG handgun went off. Why?
Because it did.
Okay, I don't know where else I could go with that. It did because it did?
All right,
You're
we'll
a
go to the
fucking
next person,
rocket
man.
scientist.
We'll go to the next person.
It did because it did.
Yo, incredible. Incredible.